I suppose the first place to start is this the beginning of the end for Erik ten Hag? And as I was saying this morning, pragmatically, it's very difficult to define, decide and understand if it is or it isn't. Because from being an ownership that we thought was, well, the Glazers have always been a closed book. We don't know how they work. With Ineos, we thought we were going to get more communication, and what we're actually getting is more confusion at the moment. Like, things have slowed down from the initial honeymoon publicity. So we don't really know what Ineos's plans are for the summer, and that might be because they don't know, or it's because they're keeping their cards very close to their chest. What I will say about Manchester United, and what I would say about Erik ten Hag, is that when you look at it, pragmatically, we didn't lose to Brentford. When you look at it pragmatically with regards to the league table, Manchester United are in 6th place. And we've actually conceded less goals than Tottenham and Aston Villa. People talk about the amount of shots we've given up, and we do give a lot of shots up, but we've conceded less goals than Aston Villa and Tottenham. In fact, we are 4th in the league for goals conceded this year. So, you know, you can spin a stat however you want it to work. Bottom line is, Man United aren't good enough to be in the Champions League next year. We don't deserve to be. But, 2 games to save his job. I would say we've lost 11 games this season. Like, we've lost more games than West Ham. We've lost more games than Brighton. We've lost the same amount of games as Bournemouth. We've lost more games than Chelsea. So look, we've lost too many games this season, and we've got Chelsea and Liverpool to come this week. And when you look at the fixtures around us, I think if we lost to Chelsea and Liverpool, there's a very big chance that we wouldn't be 6th in the league anymore. We could be 7th or 8th. And I think the pressure starts to rise. I don't think he's going to get sacked after the Liverpool game. I don't think that's going to happen. But what I do think could happen is that Ten Hag is running out of time. If, as we keep hearing, Ineos haven't made their mind up yet, I would start to say, actually, from a running of the business point of view, why is the director of football not started, and why haven't you decided about the manager? Have we got a bit of indecision going on here? Aria, welcome to the members club. But I think it's fair to say it could be the beginning of the end if we lost to Chelsea and Liverpool, because they might just go, enough is enough. That's 13 league games lost. We could be dropping into the Conference League. Enough is enough. We want to make a change. Where we are at the moment, we'll be in the Europa League next year. Where I am at the moment is we don't deserve to be anywhere else other than the Europa League. If we're not in the Europa League, then it's a major disaster. But Europa League football is unfortunately what we deserve at the moment. That is where I would put Manchester United. I can't look at that league table and lie. I don't know how anybody can still think that we could get Champions League football. I just don't see it. The gap to Spurs is 8 points, and the gap to Villa, if we win our game in hand, is 8 points. So it's I don't see how you close that gap. I think it's impossible. I mean, I'm very interested to know what your thoughts are at the moment, because you've had a day to move on from the Brentford result, or at least digest it. How are you feeling now? We're heading into not 2 weeks of an international break. We're heading into a couple of days, and then we'll be preparing for the Chelsea game again. It's going to be a very fast fire, emotional roller coaster as Manchester United fans, because if you want Ten Hag out and we beat Chelsea, it suddenly changes again, and then straight after that you've got Liverpool, who I think probably will beat us, and then everyone's Ten Hag out again. I think it's going to be like that. But I think that what this season really now is an FA Cup final in 6th place, and that's the best case scenario. I was thinking about it before I went live. The best we can hope for, I think, is an FA Cup final appearance again, and a 6th place finish. I can't, and even if you win the FA Cup final, and I don't think we will, even if we did, that's still Europa League football. So I think Europa League football is about what we're going to do. We don't deserve Champions League football. We're not as good as Tottenham. We're not as good as Villa. That's just the simple, strong fact. I don't want to repeat all the stuff I said this morning, but factually, we're not good enough, and I think a lot of that comes down to the personnel that we have. I was watching I was watching Arsenal play Man City today. A lot of people were in the live chat on That's Football, and they were saying, why can't Man United play like this? And to be honest with you, I respect people who want to change the manager. Fine, do that. But what I will always argue against is it's not just a manager. You don't play like Man City just because you've got Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola will not turn McTominay, Bruno, Rashford into Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne and Rodri. He just won't do it. If you want to play like Man City, you better buy players who can play like that. You're putting square pegs in round holes, which is what we've been doing for years. If you want to get the best out of this squad, give the job to Thomas Frank. It's as simple as that. Happy Easter, everyone, says Dell. So we are heading into a big week. But what I wanted to bring in as well is that we do have Chelsea on Thursday, and then we have Liverpool after that. But I just wanted to run through our next few games. So we've got Chelsea away on Thursday. We've got Liverpool at home on Sunday. Realistically, if we beat both of those, that was what I wanted. I mean, there is a hypothetical silver lining here. I said before the Brentford game, we need to take 7 points from Brentford, Chelsea and Liverpool. Now, I'm saying we're out of the race for top four before we've even finished that task. We're not going to do that. But if we did beat Chelsea and Liverpool, I'd suddenly say we've done really well from the 3 games. But we're not. We're not beating Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, and we're not beating Liverpool at home. We're not going to do both of them. But the carrot is still there dangling. If we did go and beat Chelsea and Liverpool, we'd have 7 points from the 3, which I said was what we needed. So that would be brilliant. I don't see that happening. We've then got Bournemouth away, which terrifies me, to be honest. It really does. I don't think Bournemouth away... I mean, I went into the Brentford game quite confident, and I saw what happened there. I mean, I just don't think Bournemouth away is a given at all. Coventry away, obviously, no, Coventry at Wembley in the FA Cup after that. Sheffield United at home, I think we can safely say we're going to win that. Burnley at home, I think we'll win that. Crystal Palace away, again, is a bit like Brentford, God knows. Arsenal at home, who knows? Brentford away, who knows? So, look, there are plenty more opportunities for the Ten Hag outers to get what they want. Brighton away, Palace away, Bournemouth away, Arsenal at home, Liverpool away at home, and Chelsea away. There's potentially a couple more losses there for you at least. So, yeah, look, of course, it's going to be undefinable, but it's going to be interesting, and it's certainly going to be... It's going to play both sides, isn't it? You know, the Ten Hag inners are going to hope that we can find a way through, and the Ten Hag outers are probably going to hope that those results come in that make the change. I think the overarching thing again is, and I'd love to just have this chat before we talk about the striker situation, is when I listen to Ten Hag, look, I will always be honest, I don't do agenda and I don't do player FC, and people get very, you know, I'm fully aware of how this works. I've played the game. I know how it works. Like, people in the chat, I can see your chat. Stop defending this manager. You're projecting your opinion that you want this manager to be sacked. Obviously, I don't. But I also don't run an exclusive agenda club that I'll ignore anything. I don't want to change the manager because I think the players are the problem and they need to go. I've been saying this for a long time. I think the players are the problem. They can't play the football we want to play. I don't understand. It's such an obvious solution to me. These players can't play like Arsenal, Villa, Spurs, Liverpool or Man City. They can't play the brand of football that we want to play. We don't deserve to be in the top 6. The players we've got can't play that way. So therefore, why the hell are we going round and round in circles every 3 years talking about changing a manager when we need to change the players? That needs to happen. And when are we going to do it? And I'm waiting for it to happen. It's so bloody obvious. But we still seem to have this movement that a manager change is suddenly going to come in with Sooty's wand and go, izzy wizzy, let's get busy, and turn these players into something they are not. And it will not happen. So that is what I want to happen. And I think the best opportunity for a clear out is to keep the manager that we've got. Goldbridge, that's the end of the clip. I'm sure you enjoyed it. In fact, I bet that's the best clip you've ever watched. So there's no reason not to subscribe to the channel. Click the bell icon so you never miss a clip again. In fact, smash a like on the video because we all know only legends like videos and you are all legends. So please smash a like on the video and we will see you again on the next one. Thank you very much for watching as always.